That is the weird thing with like YouTube film reviewers. Like, even if they are on the more reactionary side, like you can get totally different types of just guy. Like, you'll get someone wearing a suit and who is composed, like sitting in an armchair, and you just know he's broken so many age of consent laws. And then you get like just a guy in like a white t-shirt looking like Peter Griffin in front of like 20
so many age of
posters.
consent laws.
Yeah, and the posters are usually probably Terminator 2, The Matrix, funnily enough, and not Pulp Fiction. That's a bit more dude bro than weird reactionary Star Wars guy.
Oh, for
probably
sure.
An Empire Strikes Back poster as well, if I was to get really specific.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy's video, he spends ages complaining about how the film's like rubbish and why did they need to make a sequel? Like, Hollywood's always just going back to like old ideas instead of doing new ideas. And I'm sitting watching this and I'm thinking, well, that is the point of the fucking film.
Yeah.
But then he gets to a point where he actually addresses that. Is this Lena Wachowski basically speaking to the audience, telling them she didn't really want to do this movie, but Warner Bros. Put her in a position where if she didn't do it, they were going to get someone else to? Most likely. Is it possible that this movie in itself is a critique on the fact that studios more and more keep trying to revive old franchises with remakes and sequels and reboots? Maybe, but quite honestly, I don't care.
No, because what he would have he'd rather, just make the same movie again, but Bullet Time has 10 guys with guns.
Every single guy is
instead.
I was going to say Morpheus, but then I don't know. Just the opportunity presented itself. And
I don't know. I think I had a Mandela effect there where I just registered Morpheus as Morbius.
This is a bonus episode. No one's going to listen. You're fine. I'm joking.
Don't say that.
You're allowed to make fun of me. It's fine.
As you say in that video, that's what very much stems from it, because like that same kind of guy is like, oh, then why did you make the movie? But like, if it was like a more epic movie, with 100 million more special effects or whatever, like those same guys would have loved it.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, I can understand if you actually have genuine criticisms. I like the new Matrix movie. I do have some critiques of it, but like, I think it's a good movie because I like movies like that. I'm a big Twin Peaks guy. It reminded me of like Twin Peaks Return in that way. But it's fanboys, they don't like it when you go away from the formula.
Yeah.
But they don't like it when you stick too close to the formula. But these guys, mainly, they just don't like people who aren't white or men. Or they only like women if they say two lines in a movie.
Push-up bra.
And they wear jean shorts. Yeah. Like movies for 12-year-olds. Because this movie slightly challenged, the worst generation, Gen Xers.
Connor starts World War III on bonus episode of Praxis Cast.
I said a lot of almost. I'm not even intending it to be so, but it's like you tackle something like that because no one moved on for stuff. And I'm not saying you have to grow out of every movie you watch. Like, you still love The Matrix when you're like 40 or 50 years old, especially if it changed your life or whatever. But it's like this weird attachment. People have parasocial relationships with their media because that is the only thing they have. Because with capital, you're spending £1,000 on some merchandise of this thing, you deserve to be treated better. At least in their mind, they see it as, if I'm buying the Ghostbusters Proton Pack, I demand a good Ghostbusters movie.
Something that replicates the same way that I felt watching it as a naive child.
It's all the same thing, I think you'll find.
You've got to grow up. Life moves on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's like my very like uncitable, what would you call it? Uncitable theory is that ending of Star Wars Rogue One is probably what set us on the path we currently are on. Hollywood was always getting that way, but that Darth Vader scene in Star Wars Rogue One has done so much damage to cinema. Now everything has to be, we have to have Luke Skywalker in the scene, we have to have this in that scene, we have to have a character from 30 years ago in this scene, all because of that. And I know people can say, The Force Awakens, that trailer and everything, but like, you still get nerds online citing that Rogue One scene. I'm like, it's alright. Yeah, it's like it's not bad, but it's not good.
If you ask me for my opinion of Rogue One, that is, as a whole, it's not bad. This is not good. It's just like, it's just a film.
It's an incredibly mediocre movie, but every one of those YouTube guys fucking loves it. To them, it's like, it's the only good Disney Star Wars thing to them.
And that is, it's just because of...
the ending.
Well, it's optics. It's optics.
Yeah.
It's the slowly unsheathed lights. I don't know. Is that unsheathing a lightsaber if you switch it on? Am I going to get cancelled for?
Who gives a fuck? I've said worse things about Star Wars fans.